All right, I have a two-part question, and I apologize if I make either of you repeat yourself, because I know you've kind of answered part of it. How did you both get started in the entertainment industry? And then did you choose Transformers, or did you fall into it, or did it choose you?
Well, I sort of did fall into it. I'd come out, I was working in New York, and I decided that I wanted to go to California where the real money was.
Right.
You know, I mean, because I had this fabulous agent that sent me like on 5 auditions a day and all that. And I decided the reason that I was so successful there was because of my incredible talent, and I needed to go to California where they'd pay me for it.
Yeah.
And I had a lot to learn there. I couldn't get lucky out there. I landed a few things. The best thing I did was Transformers in California. And so I decided that I'd had enough of that, and I started a construction company.
Wow. Where do you live now?
I live in southern Missouri.
Wow.
But I you know.
That's a long drive from California. For you want to go to a voice session or something.
It was, yeah. Auditions are bare, but.
Yeah, exactly. You had to really be sure you can get the role, you know. That's great.
But I got buddies that live like it. Like I've got a buddy that lives in Bates that flies in for auditions, but he's auditioning for film and so forth.
Right.
You know, yeah.
I went to film school. I went to graduate school. I did my undergraduate in Northern California, but graduate school at USC in cinema. And so I went in there. I had no idea I was going to end up doing cartoons. I don't know what I thought I was going to do. You know, I'm going to do really important, sensitive dramas. I probably thought I was going to do spy thrillers or something. And that's just the way your career goes. Is the first person that ever hired me was a guy named Joe Ruby, who had a company called Ruby Spears that did a lot of animation in the early 80s. And that was great. And a lot of the people at Ruby Spears went on to work at Sunbow. So I did that, and then I went to Lucasfilm, and it was a big epic fail on a show called Droids. And then I got done with that, and you guys know about Droids, yeah. That was not the shining moment of my career. As a matter of fact, after that, I swore I'd never do robots again. And then Steve Gerber called me up, who was at the time the story editor on G.I. Joe. And he said, "Hey, I'm doing this new syndicated show called G.I. Joe, and they needed a ghost story editor." And I'd sort of talked to those guys before, and so I came in and sort of pinch hitted for them for a while. And then I got hired by Sunbow, and they said, "Hey, we have a character called Flint, so you have to take the job." And it's like, that's a good reason. but those guys were great. And so I was on G.I. Joe, swearing to never do robots again. And then Tom Griffin and Joe Bacall came and said, "We need you on Transformers." I no. and then I moved over to Transformers, and my whole job was just to make it more adult. Or less, kid-like. We were not doing well against GoBots at the time, so my job was to kill GoBots.
Thank you.
Think of it as kind of a hired assassin, really, is the way to think of it.